Hi everyone, welcome to flight level 070. I am Utkarsh and today we'll see how to execute a DME arc on an Airbus A320. The Airbus A320 is equipped with a horizontal situation indicator and it doesn't have the common error of a reverse sensing which is there in a conventional CDI. So we'll look at how to use the HSI, intercept given radials and thereafter perform a DME arc. We'll also see how we can tune nav aids from backup nav using the radio management panel. So I'll show you a brief on the Jepson chart of how we'll perform the arc and thereafter we'll proceed to the sim to execute the arc. So we plan to begin from here and thereafter proceed to intercept this radial which is radial 186. Inbound course will be 006. Then at 16 miles, which is the initial approach fix, we initiate intercepting a 14 DME arc and we carry out the arc descending to 2600 feet. Radial 116 will be our lead radial. So in the course we can insert 296 and as soon as we cross the lead radial we turn into a inbound track of 287 and that is radial 107. Okay, so let's begin with the reviewing some basics of an HSI. So we'll go to nav. I have tuned Delta Papa November manually and here we have the indication for VOR1 which is this. So we are currently on this radial, the tail is the radial and the head is the inbound course. So currently we are approximately radial 180 from Delta Papa November VOR. Now let's see how we can manually tune the frequency of the VOR using the nav function. So I'll deselect the radio nav from the MCDU. Let's deselect the radio aid. Now let's see, and we have Sierra Kilo Alpha. So let's tune VOR1 to Delta Papa November 116.1. We'll open, select nav and then manually tune, go to VOR and tune this to 116.1. Should turn 116.1 and then you flip and then you select a course. So let's say we want an inbound course of 006. So I'll select 006 and I put it and here we go to VOR, we have the radial. So now we are crossing radial 186 inbound course of 006. Let's see how I can intercept this radial. To intercept, let's say I'll give a sharp turn towards the right. Now I'm crossing that particular radius. So by the time I turn back in, we would have crossed that radial and the radial is 006. So I'll give a 30-degree intercept and insert a heading of 036 to intercept this particular radial. Okay, so now we've started intercepting the given radial. Now the needle is coming back, so that we know that we are approaching that particular radial. Also to intercept radials, we should move to track so that wind compensation is covered for. And once it starts coming back, depending on the DME from the station, you make the corrections. So I'll slowly start coming back to intercept this given radial. I'll give a 2-3 degree offset just to center this perfectly. Then the DME arc starts at a distance of 16 nautical mile and the arc itself is of 14 nautical mile. Currently we are at 28 miles. In the meanwhile, I'll also show how we can change the course using the standby nav function. So we insert the frequency and then we can select whatever course we require using the outer selector. So I'll set it back to inbound course of 006, which is actually radial 186. And now that we've centered it, we'll set the track to 006 so she takes care of the wind as well. Also now, since we know what will be our interception into the DME arc, you should plan a 90 degree for the initial turn. So if it's a left DME arc, initial turn will be to the right. So right now it's a left arc. So initially we'll turn right on heading 096, or rather track of 096. So let's descend to an altitude of 2600 as per the chart once we intercept, and speed of 210 is sufficient for the arc. So the way these approaches are designed is that it considers from the initial approach fix a speed from 180 knots up to 240 knots in terms of deciding the width. So your radius of turn with a speed of 180 and a radius of turn with a speed of 240 is how the width of the path is created. So we'll select a figure in between of 210 knots. Okay, we are approaching 20 miles. So see, I don't need any reference other than just this figure and the DME to execute the arc. And let's say I lose my MCDU or FMGS, I just need to tune it from the backup nav and follow this picture. So let's come back to our radial. It's kind of shifting away. And we can easily do this with the automation. If automation is not available, you can always use manual flying. That will just increase your workload. So we are approaching 16 miles. Initial turn will be right on a track of 096. And the aim is to maintain the DME distance at 14 once we are established in the arc. I'll just show you how we can do that. So let's start turning 096. And thereafter we'll adjust the arc accordingly. So now we can change the course to a lead radial, which is 296. We can even use 116 for an indication of passing the lead radial. And now what we do is we'll keep the tail of the indicator at the 90 degree mark to keep a constant 90 degree angle from the VOR. So we've come down to a distance of 13.8 DME. So I'll take it a further 4-5 degrees out so that we come back to 14 miles and then we start turning towards the left. So it's 13.9 and then let's start turning in, because we can see it's going above the 90 degree index marker. So we'll try to get her back here, otherwise our distance will start increasing, which has already started happening. So I'll give it a sharper turn for now. So it's a 10 degree discrepancy, so I'll give a 10 degree bank change of heading. Now once she matches the 90 degree index mark, she'll maintain the constant distance. And let's try to bring her back to 14 miles. So now if we make it lag behind the index marker, then the distance will keep on reducing. So let's get the distance to 14 miles and then we can match it with the 90 marker. So your tail is your current radial. If I was manually flying it, I could have given it a constant 2 degree, 3 degree bank angle and she would have made a continuous turn in the arc. Just to get the distance back to 14, we'll give a sharper turn. Let's set our course to 296, because the inbound will be 287. Course is set to 296, which will be our lead radial indication. Okay, so we are approaching 14 mile distance. I'll maintain around the 90 degree mark now. Let's descend to 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600. 2600 So the basic indication is that Delta Papa November VR is on my left side and the radial is the tail. So the spokes coming out of the VR, I am currently on a spoke of 120 degrees for a basic understanding. And now we are approaching the lead radial. So I can set the inbound track of 287, which will be our final track, and also set the course to 287. And now all I got to do is intercept this given track inbound. The radial will be 107 radial. And the closer we are to the viewer, the faster the needle will move. So the compensation needs to be higher for any given correction. Now this is basic interception of that given radial. Okay, so we're coming back on the radial. We'll intercept the radial. Also in the comment section below, you can tell me why is there a R marked out here, which is underlined right here. So we looked at how we can perform a DME arc and intercept radials and use the backup nav available. Let's look at the flight analysis and see how was our DME arc. So this is how we performed the arc, trying to maintain a constant distance and thereafter intercepting our final track. I hope you enjoyed the content and there was something to pick up from there. Please leave your suggestions in the comment section below and I'll see you next time. Until then, take care.